Not far east from the unmistakable buildings of the nation's capital, we've got a building that's also unmistakable in sight, but bears a new name. Welcome to Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland. Up next, we're keeping it in the NFC for this one, between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go. Panther 60, Panther 60. Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready.
First carry now, this is Bashal Tutu. He's going to be brought down right at the 35. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Kate, if that first play is any indicator, this offense is going to have one heck of a field day. I'm talking a big chunk of yards on the ground and some big-time confidence, too.
Ready, ready.
All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go. Shot. Lightning 18. Hey, smash! Steady!
First down, and they go right back to it. That's no way to trick the reigning conference player of the week as they dump him for a loss. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Offense to the line, 2nd down.
19. Here we go, here we go. 70 Rangers, Bronco East, go!
Daniels now. An all-around tough play for him. Took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Trap 60, trap 60. 18, Pioneer.
3rd and long for him here. That's pulled in by the rookie out of Oklahoma. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Cup 19, Cup 19.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now.
Go! Next.
Firing quickly out wide, Daniels. And this makes it to around the 43-yard line. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon. 7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down. This one left for Daniels. And he works this to the 38 before going down. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
What's that saying, Kate, about discretion? Discretion is the better part of valor. Well, decision-making for quarterbacks is so critical. And that time, excellent discretion. Protect yourself, get the 1st down, and live to play another day.
Get it! 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles!
Daniels on first down. Into the hands of his running back, Tootin. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Ready.
Tootin gets it from the gun. And that one doesn't get him much. Give him maybe a yard. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Tag. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
They'll go again here with Tootin. Oh, he's trying to get away, but unable to do so. They catch him behind the line on 3rd down.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Fourth down and 9, and look at this. The offense is still out there.
Ready, go.
4th down, pass coming. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Crosses midfield, still going. Reaches the 30. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears don't need long to take a 6-0 lead.
Well, that was quite a way to begin this game, Kate, offensively. And quite a worrying way for those 11 guys defensively. We know that stopping the run's a core component of all of these defensive game plans, and they just put that plan through the shredder.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Come on, come on. Go.
Running from the pistol, it's Tootin. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
On the check.
Last run, not a lot of help, Ron. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Go now.
Daniels back to throw. Here's a screen for Tootin. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
And off to Tootin. And he has this one past the 50, and he'll start downhill into Bears territory. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Looking to his fullback down. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. We're to the end of 1. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag. I'm just telling you.
Ready, ready. Got it.
Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Very small gain, if anything here, maybe a yard. It's second down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Set. Bronco 80.
Here's Daniels. Got a screen to the running back. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 Eagles. 60.
Play fake here. Daniels. And that's going to fall incomplete on a look to his running back, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
So far, this script, well, it's dictated some early looks for this running back, and now you're seeing the adjustment defensively. Not so easy on those checkdowns. Nowhere for that ball to go.
This offense is not leaving the field. On 4th and 8, they're going for it.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Let go.
Again, Daniels to the air. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Sampson. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Williams on the play action. Buying some time left. He's going to keep it this time. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
3rd and 2. Williams. That's Koch. This is Loveland. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Man in motion here. 1st down throw by Williams. Escapes the pocket. Williams hit, and that ball's out. This one bounces out of bounds right at the line, so it'll stay with the offense here.
Oh, you know what, Kate? That defense right there, they thought they had a huge play until they saw that ball bouncing out of bounds. One bounce and just the other direction. They're off the field. Instead, well, they're on the field. They got to shake it off, though, and keep this offense from the end zone.
And as a catch for Luther Burden. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
He has the first. He's in my lane, John, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. And the Commanders pick this one up. Their offense going to take over a much better field position as they get a bunch on that fumble return.
I think the defense would have just settled for getting off the field with the takeaway, but they add a nice present onto the end for their teammates who start this possession with much better field position.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Stephanie! 60 by 6. 60 by 6. Rough. No. Unlock line.
On the give, it's Stoughton. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
At the 41-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Get it! Viking 18!
Daniels gonna keep it. And a great play comes to an end. He's out of bounds just inside the red zone. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a first down. They lead. They'll give it to Tootin. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Second down now. They need 7.
Hey! 70 Lions! Mustang 19! Ready?
This time it's a passing play. And he's got it! Halfway out for a quick touchdown! The Commanders earn the chance to tie before halftime. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route, just like a receiver would. It's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. First call here coming from the shotgun. It's Sampson running out of the gun. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, and really create some indecision now defensively.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. On 3rd down, we'll go with Sampson. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that 2nd down run.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking from the gun, Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Now they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. First down now, ball at the 33.
Here we go, here we go!
Back to throw, here's Daniels. He goes down, the Bears got him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup, you got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Puts Romero under it deep down the left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
And they drop him just a couple yards beyond the line. It's 4th down now. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. The Commanders ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Takes it in at the 26. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. First down, Williams. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
They kick the running back in motion. Back to throw it. Connects downfield. On target to Burton. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So they send him out for a field goal, and they don't get much longer than this. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And the score remains knotted 7-all. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're up and running once again. Fields this one at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. They give it to Sampson here up the middle. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical as nobody wants a 3 and out.
Second down carry for Sampson. And a decent run gets about 4. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
He fields this at the 18. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. First down now, ball at the 33.
Come on.
Tootin headed left. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12.
Ready.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Chased out to his right. Nothing doing there as the second down pass falls incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Ready, set.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Let's go. Panther 60. 19 tight. 60 Maverick. Check up.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. So the heave knocked away from the intended target. That brings up fourth down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
It's fielded at the 14. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Sampson. Now he danced away from one tackle, but unable to dance away from the rest of the defense. No gain on that play.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Here's Williams. On the screen, this is Sampson. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's the defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd down, here's Williams. Well, he laid out for it, but the throw just a little bit too off the mark. So 4th down coming up.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
He's got it. And we'll love the effort on that return as he gets him all the way up beyond the 40. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 18 Cardinals.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Inside give here for Tootin. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
Daniels. Dumped off to his running back. And he gets him the first partner, but they are already acting like this one's not going to stand. Let's listen. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
18 Redwood. Ready. 60 Bison. Ready.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And there's a big hit right after that catch. So the play limited to maybe just a couple yards.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Stop. Ready. Bronco 80. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Bears are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Running right with Sampson. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. They gain 11 on that play. And it'll be 1st down Bears. And off to Sampson. And they will stop him at the line on what proves to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. We're tied at 7 apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Williams from the gun. Complete right side. Jordan has it. This one's going to wind up less than a yard from that 1st down marker, Brock. Play gets it up to the 43. Working quickly here.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
And hand off here to Sampson. And his short game gets them a new set of downs. He goes to the hurry up here. First down, Williams to throw. This is Loveland working the right side. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that'll be 1st down Chicago.
Bears, 1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down Bears.
Blitz coming for Williams. It's his running back. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes. Or dude shredding a defense just like that.
Here comes Sampson. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Bears take a 4th quarter lead. On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Bears break that tie and now lead by 7.
Commanders 7. Jake Moody to kick off.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Get it.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Here's a screen for Tootin. And this one doesn't go far.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Go. Ready.
Run here with Tootin. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
3rd down here, need 8 on the play.
65 catch. Tag. Go.
He'll throw it. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. situation. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
The city just made it sweet. People diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the end of get LA yelling.
Ready, set.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down.
Let's go now. Trap 60, trap 60. Mustang 19.
Desperation time here. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on 4th down, Brock. They're moving the chains. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Daniels now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Firing quickly out of line, Daniels. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
Ready? Stop Cougar 19. Check, 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 check. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Ready?
Looking to throw. And a nice game here, but it's stopped short of the first.
Let's go.
Offense in a hurry up here.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, 19 Lion. Ready?
Desperation time here on 4th. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it. Brock, they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he's going to be across midfield with a gain of 5 on that play. So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. They'll run. Here's Sampson. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
Offense there, Kate, went heavy with that 13 personnel. 1 back, 3 tight ends, and those 3 added blockers. Just the element they needed to spring that run.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. On the run. He's got it inside the 10. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8. Putting a receiver in motion. He gives here to the motion man. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Another chance at 6. It's 2nd and goal.
Filthy. Yeah. Volunteer.
They're going to pass it here. He's got it. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Look at that throw and double coverage to a running back. I don't want to live off of that, and I certainly am not going to count on it. Give some credit to the effort it took to make that catch. A whole bunch of bodies around him.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Setting up to pass. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Fielded at the 7. Making some progress here. Races past midfield. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. Oh, nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Commanders 14.
As we approach the final half minute of play, their comeback hopes resting on recovering this kick. And the Bears get this kick, and that spells the end of this ball game. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. Line up the design keeper. So the Bears take this one on the road. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining unbeaten teams across the NFL, as they're now up to a 3-0 start. With Brock Huard and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners, as with that, we sign off from D.C.